Goes the ball, and the second half is underway in semi-final number 2. The Australians with an 8-point lead. The call from the Australians just before they took the court was Australia be the best. They're looking to make it into the final of the World Championships Gold Cup 98. Nunez for the Americans. Takes a look at the basket, puts up the shot. Off the rim, O'Nien gets the ball back. And Carter on the move down the court.
Yes, and Peter Corr gone back to his starting 5 here for the beginning of the second half. Looking for better ball movement out of the experienced players like O'Nien and Ritchie.
Webb back to O'Nien. O'Nien doesn't drop for her though. Johnson for the USA. As the Australians scramble to get back in defence. Johnson back to Danskin. The foul will be on Liesl Tesh.
And a tough call there. Liesl playing to the crowd. Peter Corr will look for the Aussie girls to steady and get Tesh to the hoop, or have Amanda Carter starting to hit from outside.
Carter with the ball now. Taking her time. Back to Webb. Webb now by herself. Short. Johnson with the rebound for the Americans. But O'Nien comes up with it for the Australians. Nibley just couldn't get a hand on it. And turned it over. Lob ball into Tesh. That one rolls in for Liesl Tesh.
Nice cut there from Liesl, coming from the low post. Stepping up and around the defence here. Just to left to screen. Liesl comes up, fakes low. Gets rid of the ball. Then cuts through. Nice assist there from O'Nien.
22 plays 12. The Australians again on the attack. O'Nien comes to a halt. Back to Ritchie. Over the top to Tesh. One-handed Tesh. Dishes off to Carter. Great move. Great assist from Tesh. Great basket from Amanda Carter. Hagel loses control of it. O'Nien draws the foul. Goes against Danskin. So the Americans again through Hagel. Susan Hagel takes a look. Back out to Danskin, who takes the shot herself. 2 points for the USA. Donna Ritchie. O'Nien off target. And the Americans starting to get a move on now. Nunez comes up against O'Nien. Hagel out to Danskin. Hagel again. Tesh gets a hand to it. Hagel gets it back though. Under 10 seconds on the shot clock for the Americans. Hagel puts it up. Ritchie comes away with the tap. Taps it onto Tesh. And O'Nien now on the break. O'Nien into Tesh, left alone under the basket. Easy 2 points for Liesl Tesh.
Yes, and this time the Aussies had the benefit of one of the American girls being on the floor. Ruth Nunez there. She's hit the deck and Tesh finds herself wide open.
18 points on the board for Liesl Tesh. 9 scoring shots off 17 attempts. The Australians 26, the USA 14. Hagel out to Johnson. Hagel, Danskin looking to make something happen, puts the shot up. All net for Danskin.
Danskin is showing some hot hands at the moment. Coach Peter Corr won't be happy with that. That's 2 easy baskets, no one going out to her.
O'Nien. Webb can't handle it. O'Nien gets in there. But in fact, the foul is on O'Nien. So the Americans will in fact have the opportunity to attack. Rip. Pulls up, takes a look, takes the shot. Down it goes. Christina Ripp.
It was 12 points with 12 minutes and just under 7 minutes. It's 7 points as the Aussies miss at the other end.
All of a sudden, it's not dropping for the Australians. The Americans, can they take advantage of it? Tesh, great work from Liesl Tesh. Not only did she get the hands in there, but then she had the presence of mind and the ability and skill to control the ball. Coghlan now on the attack. They want to use the 30 seconds here, the Australians. Carter. Into Tesh. Adams. Romeo, she's only got 3 seconds on the clock. They need to put up the shot. Adams with the shot. But it was a rushed one. Australia 30, the USA 23. 5.5 minutes remaining in this match. The winner goes through to the gold medal match. Danskin with the ball for the Americans. On to Johnson. Nunez. Ripp puts up the shot and it's down.
Yes,
brings that difference back to 5.
The Australian guards really leaving some big holes at the top of the key. Nadia Romeo then really found wanting. Christina Ripp exploiting those opportunities.
And another turnover. Possession with the Americans. Johnson on the attack. USA on a roll. Again, Tesh gets her hands in the way, but it bounces back to the Americans. Nunez saying to her team, settle down. Ripp now puts up the shot. Doesn't go, but deflects back to the Americans. Still can't get it down. Coghlan comes away with some good possession for the Australians. 4 minutes 40 remaining in the semi-final. Adams with the ball onto Coghlan. 5 the difference. The Australians still ahead. Tesh into Carter. Coghlan. Romeo trying to get the ball, but Nunez beats it to it. Nunez now charging down court. Looks for option. Johnson into Ripp. Ripp's been fouled though by Coghlan.
Good early foul there by Coghlan. Christina Ripp has hurt the Australians, and you see Coghlan says no way this time. Not a chance to get the shot up, so there shouldn't be any free throws.
Well, Peter Corr has brung back his big guns. Webb, Ritchie and O'Nien making their way back onto court. With 4 minutes remaining, they're up by 5, the Australians. But the momentum has certainly swung to the Americans. So Corr now back with his starting 5. Nunez off to Ripp. Ripp makes the 2. The USA back to 27, Australia 30. Only 3 the difference in it now. The pressure building here at the State Sports Centre. O'Nien. The Australians really need a basket on this trip down court. Heavy pressure from Danskin. O'Nien takes on Johnson. Johnson's got a bigger reach. Danskin gets a hand in there. Back to Tesh. Liesl Tesh now making away onto Webb. Webb puts up the shot. It doesn't fall. Johnson with possession. 3.5 minutes remaining. Nunez now with the ball. Back to Danskin. The crowd calling for defensive pressure here from the Australians. O'Nien matches up on Danskin. Johnson out by herself. Danskin. Tesh gets in the way. Ripp, she's been scoring well of late. Tesh with a solid foul there.
And there's no doubt the American offense is looking a lot more purposeful. They're out there to score. The Australians seem to be out there just to protect their lead. And basket by basket, that lead is being eroded. The Australians with 20 points in the first half, yet only 10 in the second with just under 3 minutes on the clock.
That foul, in fact, went against Donna
Australians now in the bonus. Every defensive foul means 2 free throws to the Americans.
Christina Ripp at the line. The first one goes down. It's back to 1 basket, that lead. In fact, she can bring it down to 1 point. And she does. We've got a 1-point ball game here. 2 minutes 58 remaining on the clock. Ripp has 10 points on the board for the match.
And you'll see the Americans now really extend, putting a full court press on, trying to panic the Australians, knowing the momentum's going with them. This is where we need Webb and O'Nien to step up as they are, able normally to beat a press.
O'Nien out to Webb. Tesh looking for an option. The Americans have picked up the pace. They've stepped up a notch. Webb now. 6 seconds on the shot clock. She needs to take the shot, and it doesn't fall again. 1 point the difference. The Americans behind by 1. 2.5 minutes remaining. Nunez looks to put the Americans in front. Ripp doesn't fall. The Australians fight each other for the rebound. Tesh comes away with it. Liesl Tesh now. Determination as she makes her way down court, goes all the way herself, gets the rebound, gets the basket. Liesl Tesh. 22 points for Liesl Tesh. If ever there was a time for her to score 2 points, that was it. The Australians 32, now a 3-point lead over the USA 29. A minute 40 remaining on the game clock. Johnson. Foul on Tesh.
Excellent foul there by Tesh. Johnson, the big girl, had an easy trip to the basket. Now Josie Johnson has a chance to bring the Americans within a point.
Johnson has 5 rebounds, but no points on the board to date. And that first one bounces out. And the second one rolls in. The crowd have started the wave. They want to encourage the team as well. But Nunez is on the line. She has 4 points for the evening. 2 from 9 from the field. Pressure basket. Brings the difference back to 1. With this, she can equal it. Nunez equals the score. It's 32-all with a minute 24 remaining in the match. O'Nien. The Australians must make every trip down court pay. Tesh. Webb. Out to Carter, but it's over Carter's head. Just out of reach of Amanda Carter.
The Australians really struggling against this full court pressure from the Americans. I imagine Deb Sunderman wonders why she didn't try this earlier.
Nunez now with the ball. The chance to put the Americans ahead. Ripp. Tesh Johnson has the ball. Pressure from Carter. Tesh out to Danskin. Ritchie covering her. Danskin can't get the ball away. Tesh and Ritchie, good pressure. Ripp back out to Johnson. Danskin, they've run out of time on the clock. In fact, the ball remains with the Americans. I thought the shot clock had run down there. 35 seconds remaining. Big defensive effort needed by the green and gold. 32-all. Danskin. The crowd screaming their encouragement. Nunez looking for an option for the USA.
The Americans working away from the basket here. This is not a good sign. This is not what Deb Sunderman would want. It's a 5-second differential in the shot clock. Americans only 5 seconds left to shoot.
Tesh holding her